This was one of the best years for VR gaming, as we saw an amazing amount of new games announced for the course of 2023. Well, in this video, I have highlighted 30 of some of my favorite titles released across the entire year. So if you do enjoy this video, consider subscribing, as the next video like this will be the best mixed reality games for the Quest 3. Thank you so much for watching, and in no specific order, let's get into the video. Assassin's Creed Nexus is a groundbreaking VR adventure that seamlessly translates classic franchise elements into an immersive experience. With a captivating 15-hour campaign across Venice, ancient Athens, and colonial America, the game allows players to embody iconic assassins like Ezio, Cassandra, and Connor. It excels in fluid parkour, intuitive stealth, and engaging storytelling, rivaling its non-VR counterpart. The experience includes impressive moments from stealthy assassinations to creative navigation. While combat isn't a standout, the emphasis on stealth and varied approach adds major amounts to the gameplay. Assassin's Creed Nexus is a significant milestone, offering a fully released VR installment that redefines gaming possibilities, providing a joyous escape into historical realms, and the game feels amazing, especially coming from a AAA title. Dungeons of Eternity, a VR dungeon crawler by Othergate, immerses players in a polished blend of science fiction and fantasy. Standout features include personalized avatars, diverse loadouts, and a compelling melee combat system, with magical weapons unlocking as the game progresses, supporting single player and multiplayer modes. The game offers 3 engaging quest types. While visually impressive with atmospheric graphics and well-designed enemies, it faces challenges such as limited game modes, the absence of distinct character classes, and thematical repetition. Despite these, Dungeons of Eternity lays a solid foundation for multiplayer VR dungeon crawling, providing value and entertainment with room for future enhancements. This is an amazing game, and I strongly recommend it if you're into dungeon crawlers. Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lords, developed by Dreams, delivers a compelling co-op multiplayer experience with a well-designed VR combat system and a familiar Ghostbusters narrative. Supporting up to 4 players in San Francisco Ghostbusters HQ, the game offers dynamic mission orders with objectives like Harvest, Giga Trap retrievals on the clock, and Exorcism. Set in iconic locations such as Alcatraz and the Golden Gate Bridge, Ghostbusters mechanics including PKE meters and proton wands encourage team coordination for tackling large ghosts. While the game succeeds in providing an initial enjoyable multiplayer experience, its downfall lies in a little bit of repetition with predictable missions and maps and ghost encounters, potentially limiting long-term engagement. Despite that, Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord lays a solid foundation for co-op multiplayer fun, and this is definitely a game worth playing on virtual reality, especially if you're a Ghostbusters fan. Out of Scale, a Kurzgesagt Adventure, developed by Shell Games in collaboration with Kurzgesagt, the famous YouTube channel, is poised to revolutionize education through virtual reality. The innovative game transforms traditional 2D element videos into an immersive VR experience, unfolding across 5 distinct levels of scale: molecular, bacterial, insect, human, and mountain. Guided by the AI assistant, Steve, players use advanced lab tools, drones, and scan arrays to embark on the missions that blend entertainment with enlightenment. The game introduces mixed reality through its sandbox mode, allowing gamers to bring digital creatures and objects into the real world. Enhance the learning experience. Out of Scale promises not just a game, but to transform Journey into a new horizon of learning. Stride Fates, the highly anticipated sequel to the acclaimed parkour game Stride, introduces an engaging narrative-driven campaign set in the captivating dystopia of Arion City. Combining shooting, parkour, and stealth elements across 12 visually stunning levels, the game showcases the unique aesthetic of Arion City. Commandable voice acting for the handler and an action-packed soundtrack enhanced for an immersive experience. While early stages presents challenges, the game evolves into an exhilarating experience, particularly in well-designed parkour levels. Despite minor bugs, Stride Fates stands out as a remarkable addition to the series, offering a captivating blend of narrative, parkour, and shooting elements. The Seventh Guest by Vertical Games has reconstructed the classic 1993 mystery game, The Seventh Guest, in a VR adaptation that brings nostalgic puzzles to life in a haunted mansion. This VR rendition immerses players in the supernatural narrative, challenging them to interact with puzzles and unraveling the story in a visually stunning, eerie environment. The game retains the spirit of the original while leveraging the immersive capabilities of virtual reality. Despite some hiccups in puzzles, complexity, and interaction issues, the Seventh Guest VR offers a unique and entertaining experience for those willing to explore the malevolent virtual manor. Journey to Foundation, developed by Archaeact Interactive, unfolds a galaxy-spanning narrative where players, assuming the role of Agent Ward, navigate through a complex investigation in a world brimming with tension and intrigue. The game seamlessly blends interactive action with a lived-in atmosphere, allowing players to explore the influence, the story through Mentalix power, enabling players to hear thoughts and manipulate emotions, adding a street-level superhero dynamic to the investigation. The shooting adopts a classic arcade box shooter style with satisfying elements, and different mods for Agent Ward's sidearm provide tactical choices. The puzzle adds diversity, players with abstract problem solving, visually embracing an arcade aesthetic. The game's immersive nature and well-crafted dialogue contribute to the overall experience, with occasional challenges like janky aiming and puzzle difficulty. Journey to Foundation stands out as an intriguing and immersive experience, appealing to fans of arcade shooters and VR adventurers alike. Vampire the Masquerade Justice by Fast Travel Games offers a VR experience set in the World of Darkness universe. Positioned as a stealth game inspired by titles like Hitman and Assassin's Creed, the game takes a linear approach to missions set in Venice. The narrative through pulpy introduces players to the vampire factions and a murder mystery involving the protagonist's sire. The gameplay is mixed of combat and exploration, featuring iconic kills and vampiric abilities. However, the game's linearity and reliance on force-fed objectives may disappoint those seeking more open-end experiences. Combat is definitely a highlight to this game, allowing various ways to dispatch enemies. The overall challenge is considered low. The game's visual and level design receives major praise, capturing the gothic punk vibe of the World of Darkness. The use of teleportation as the main mode of movement is justified by the vampire theme. Object interaction and unreliable mechanics in certain areas impact immersion. Despite some shortcomings, Vampire the Masquerade Justice offers an enjoyable 8-hour experience with solid combat and well-designed set pieces. Dameo Battles skillfully marries tabletop gaming and virtual reality. Deliverable and immersive experience delivered by Resolution Games, it's built on its predecessor, transforming the dungeon crawling board game into a competitive battle royale style VR game. With turn-based gameplay, dice rolls and card plays, it offers challenging solo missions and exciting online play. The absence of cohesive story is compensated by content-rich challenges, and game's high difficulty levels provide satisfying experiences. Controls are intuitive, and the integration of AR adds a unique element. Dameo Battles shines as a VR tabletop game, promising substantial content, replayability, and potential community longevity with developer support. Ironstrike, a co-op VR fantasy roguelike from Ian McNeil. Players can assemble a party of up to 4 heroes or embark on solo adventures with 3 distinct character classes: fighter, range, and arcane mage. The game features immersive weapons handling momentum-based combat and build customization with over 40 skills to unlock. The combat system simulates the weight and momentum of each weapon, providing a varied and intuitive experience. The co-op multiplayer allows players to synergize in a roguelike adventure with diverse environments and over 50 enemy types. Sniper Elite VR Winter Warrior is a sequel to the original game available on Quest, featuring a winter-themed campaign set in northern Italy. However, the new installment feels more like an expansion than a true sequel. Offering an 8-mission campaign with familiar gameplay, the missions involve destroying wonder weapons around the Gothic line, maintaining the established formula from the original game. The familiar gameplay includes a mix of explosive charges, sniping, and stealthy infiltration. The game introduces new weapons like the M1A1 Thompson SMG and M1 Garand rifle, adding a variety to the experience. The manual reloading system for the weapons enhances the suspense in combat and X-ray kills. Cameras continue to be highlighted. Arashi, Castle of Sin's Final Cut is a VR stealth and action adventure game where players play as an assassin Kenshiro. You undertake missions to defeat 6 bandit leaders in feudal Japan. The game offers a variety of weapons, open-ended levels, and unique boss battles. While the combat involves basic swordplay and includes a helpful wolf companion, the game is criticized for its last generation visuals, limited AI moves. Overall, the game is competent VR title with enjoyable aspects that fans of the series will love. Arizona Sunshine 2, personally one of Lordsi's favourite games of the year, delivers a bombastic and high-octane experience in the VR zombie shooter genre. Building on the success of its predecessor, the game features manual reloading, climbing, dual-wielding, and interactive environments. The large hordes of zombies, intense chase sequences, and humorous tone set it apart. The game encourages exploration, offering rewards and resources for those who venture off the critical path. Gunplay is realistic with a wide variety of weapons, proving a tactile feel. The addition of Dog Companion Buddy adds a unique and enjoyable element to crowd control. Despite some AI issues with the zombies, the overall experience is fantastic, offering a lengthy campaign with diverse gameplay and over-the-top set pieces. This game is a must-have for zombie lovers. LEGO Bricktales offers a unique twist on the traditional LEGO formula, focusing on the original storytelling and building-based puzzles rather than the action platform gameplay. The game follows a brick person on a mission to help their eccentric grandfather power up a theme park by exploring various biomes and solving puzzles. Each level resembles a detailed diorama, and players must use LEGO bricks to build structures like staircases, lookout towers, and amusement park attractions. The building puzzles provide a zen-like experience, and physics and common sense apply, adding realism. The game does have some issues when it comes to camera controls in segments like exploration, which can be frustrating, but despite that, LEGO Bricktales offers a fun adventure with heart, humor, and cheeky references, providing a fresh perspective on LEGO games. Wallace and Gromit: The Grand Getaway is a VR adventure that captures the essence of Aardman's beloved films. The story unfolds across 12 chapters, beginning with Wallace and Gromit's holiday plan going away, leading to its hilarious unexpected journey. Players engage in gameplay as Robo-Caddy, a golf-themed robot, and later as Gromit, solving puzzles and preparing for takeoff. The game features well-integrated humor, with jokes and interactions in line with the series' signature style. The VR experience offers limited freedom of movement for narrative reasons, perceiving a cinematic feel whilst reducing nausea risks, making it accessible for brand new VR lovers. The game is a short but delightful adventure featuring visuals that match Aardman's stop-motion animation style. I caught myself laughing at this game more than once, and it's definitely a worthy buy if you're looking for something light-hearted and fun. The massive popular sandbox game Roblox is now available on VR platforms. Immerse yourself in the world of Roblox with tons of minigames and game modes to play. There are endless possibilities and game modes for you to play created by the community, and it's a truly incredible experience if you're witnessing it in virtual reality. This game is free and definitely a recommended try. BAM is a multiplayer battle game designed for mixed reality that provides a unique and captivating experience for both seasoned gamers. It's a tabletop experience where players have unprecedented control over the battlefield, allowing them to set up their arena anywhere. Controlling miniature robot puppeteer style, engaging in fast-paced boxing matches, using jetpacks for aerial battles, and collecting power-ups for special abilities. This game is a lot of fun and definitely an exciting game if you have mixed reality capabilities. Powerwash Simulator VR, a virtual reality adaptation of Future Labs' indie flat screen sensation, transforms players to the ultimate dirt finasco. Offering a casual cleaning experience, players use nozzles, equipment, and even ladders for better vantage points in their cleaning endeavors. The VR version introduces immersive elements including a tool belt and physical movements for a more rewarding cleaning experience. While the game features mindful cleaning and a curious world-building narrative, with individual levels telling unique stories, it faces challenges such as the absence of music, lackluster visuals, and occasional frame rate drops, and a very limited multiplayer experience. Despite all of that, the game is incredibly addicting and fun, and makes you want to use a real power wash. I Expect You to Die Free is the latest installment in the VR series that thrusts players into the role of Agent Phoenix. A spy combating world-threatening villains, the game features immersive elements like telekinesis, allowing players to manipulate objects without touching them, adding a unique dimension to problem solving. The storyline, marked by edge-of-your-seat scenarios, include high-speed car chases, underwater missions, and encountering laser-shooting robots. The game offers escape room style puzzles combined with action-packed sequences. I'm a giant fan of this series, and the end of this game makes you craving the next one. This is a big recommendation from me as a fan of the series. Breacher VR is a team-based first-person shooter, delivering a polished and tactile gaming experience delivered by Triangle Factory. The game draws inspiration from titles like Rainbow Six Siege, emphasizing strategy and verticality. It offers two modes, Team Deathmatch and Bomb Defusal, with the latter showcasing intense rounds lasting 3 minutes, where players must either defuse bombs or prevent the defusal. The game includes features like preparation phases for buying weapons and gadgets, a grappling hook for scaling buildings, and credits earned for performance. While lacking competitive play, the ability to squad up with friends is a no-brainer if you're looking for first-person shooter fun. Ghosts of Tabor is a VR game which brings the escape from Tarkov concept to virtual reality. Currently in open beta, it offers an immersive experience where players, as ghosts, navigate a hostile environment filled with nationalist Russians, Phoenix rebels, and other players. The game mirrors Tarkov's core gameplay with scavenging, social dynamics, and intense firefights. Players physically equip gear, customize chest rigs, and engage in detailed progression systems with traders and missions. If you're a fan of the Tarkov series on PC, you're definitely gonna love Ghosts of Tabor. Killer Frequency is a VR horror comedy set in 1987 in Gallo Creeks. Players assume the role of the former radio host Forrest Nash, aiding callers in avoiding the serial killer known as the Whistling Man through immersive puzzles. The game features a charming dynamic between Nash and producer Peaky, offering a balance of tension and humor. Puzzles, presented as emergency calls, require players to explore the town's history and geography using environment clues like newspapers and maps. Despite its single room setting, the game effectively creates a horror atmosphere during moments outside the studio. So if you're looking for a game that offers humor, tension, and clever puzzles, Killer Frequency might be the game for you. Peaky Blinders, The King's Ransom, is a VR action-adventure game by Maze Theory. It immerses players in the criminal underworld of Peaky Blinders, offering a linear plot with engaging storytelling and authentic voices of show actors like Cillian Murphy. The game captures the gritty 1920s Birmingham atmosphere but falls short in character models and experiences glitches and jankiness from time to time. If you're a fan of the Peaky Blinders series, this is definitely a game for you. Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game by Fast Travel Games, is a VR roguelite spin-off of a Paradox Interactive Stellaris. The game is accessible for newcomers, immersing players in a third-person perspective, diorama-style environment. Players command the spaceship Aurora, investigating the Ghost Signal in procedurally generated levels. Each run offers different paths, bosses, and encounters, promoting a risk versus reward mentality. The game features a variety of enemies and components to upgrade the Aurora, creating a fresh experience in each run. The polished visuals and streamlined gameplay contributes to the game's manageability. The death mechanic resets progress but carries over XP for permanent upgrades. Victory unlocks lore and progresses the story. Additional challenges can be activated for the increase of difficulty and greater rewards. Samba de Amigo, a visual party by Sega, brings the Rhythm series to VR, providing a natural fit for the first-person perspective. The game features a straightforward control scheme with motion controls, requiring players to shake controllers in position with rings as rhythm balls approach. With over 40 base game songs from various genres and licensed artists including Lady Gaga, Rina Sawayama, and more, the game offers a varied soundtrack. Gameplay includes matching poses, copying movements, and tracing arrows, adding a variety to the experience. It does also offer a mixed reality multiverse with pass-through, so if you're into rhythm games, this is a game for you. Kill It With Fire by Tiny Builds offers a creepy and entertaining arachnid extermination experience in virtual reality. So if you have arachnophobia, this game is not recommended for you. Developed by KC Dolan Games, the first-person action game immerses players in the task of hunting down and exterminating various creepy crawlies within their house. The VR technology enhances the realism, creating a 3D environment where players can interact with the world using VR controllers. With a variety of weapons including flamethrowers, the game adds a layer of fun to the extermination process. The physics-based gameplay allows for unpredictability, and the fire physics are particularly praised for their realistic behavior. VR Skater, developed by Deficit Games, brings an immersive skateboarding experience. The game creatively addresses hardware limitation, utilizing arm swings for acceleration, face buttons for jumps, and gesture motions for tricks, and the headset for tracking. While the control scheme may feel unusual for real-life skateboarders, it becomes natural with practice. VR Skater offers an arcade-style skateboarding simulator with 8 diverse maps, including a neighborhood, construction site, and others, with additional maps planned coming soon. The learning curve for tricks is steep, requiring patience and practice, and the abstinence of hints during the level can pose a challenge. The game's difficulty punishes repetition and earns gold medals, demands mastering various tricks and avoiding repetition. Out of Hand delivers a short yet sublime VR platforming experience. The 3 to 4 hour campaign shines with polished mechanics, evolving first-person VR platforming, and a charming narrative. Players' inability, a hand person, navigating through the Escape the Facility story filled with boss battles and varied platform challenges, the Gorilla Tag inspired gesture-based motion system enhances the immersive experience. Minimizing motion sickness, Out of Hand introduces new mechanics such as wings for mid-air boosts and enlarged fists for combat and platforming. The campaign's energy remains high, offering a generous dose of creativity in overcoming obstacles. While combat is straightforward, the overall package, paired with fantastic visuals and soundtracks, position Out of Hand as an absolute joy. Hellsweepers is an intense combat-focused VR experience developed by Mixed Realms. Serving as a spiritual successor, Sarentio, the game combines elements from Mortal Kombat, Sarentio, Naruto, and Airbender in a roguelike structure set in hell. Players undertake sweeps to combat demon overspills, navigating through landscapes inspired by 7 deadly sins. The game combat mechanics offer a vast array of options, including guns, swords, bows, magic, wall running, and mid-air acrobatics, creating an addictive and varied experience. The progression system driven by experience points unlocks new content, but the linear reward structure may impact players' engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video or found a game that you didn't know about. Subscribe for more content like this. We have so much more on the way. I appreciate each and every one of you. Much love and peace.